Very good day everybody, and welcome back to another video. I'm your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today is the 1st of December 2024, the first day of the last month of the 11-month-old new year. So let's look forward to some positive changes, everybody. So right now, as you can see, we're using the EasyJet livery. We are about to do a flight from Luton airport in London to Schiphol Amsterdam airport in the Netherlands. And we are using the PMDG 737-700, as I said, with the EasyJet livery. I actually thought I had enabled AI traffic, but there is nothing here. So I guess that's going to be a very easy taxi. Alright, so let's hop onto the flight deck. So the aircraft's cold and dark, and as usual we are flying real world time and real world weather. So, you know, it is kind of a dirty morning here in London. Alright, so let's get this thing some power. Let's start with the batteries. And let's also start aligning the navigation. I'm not hearing, there you go. So ground power is now connected. Let's turn on a little bit of lights like the logo and anti-collision or whatever. And I would like the overhead integrated lights as well. Alright, so the aircraft is aligning its position. Let's get our flight plan here from the FB. So here at London Luton, 17011 knots, 1000 meters, 11 degrees, QNH 1014. Alright. Alright, so position initialization, we are at Echo Golf Whiskey. Now, gate number 12, not sure if the FMS is going to agree with us. Oh look, it does. Alright, so for the routing, let's clear this out here. Just going to press the request from the assembly, and from here you can be real lazy and you can just set payload, and you also set the fuel. So let's look at the fuel now. It's 25.1 pounds it would need to be. If we set fuel, it is now 9.6 pounds. Alright, block fuel 9.6. Wasn't that supposed to be kilograms? This always messes with my brain, man. Yeah, so the block fuel here is actually in kilograms. Alright. Always select the route. Okay, so we can load it now. Activate, execute. So it looks like we should have the route. If we go to legs, you can see it's populated. And for the departure, to check the OFP, we got the default routing. It's here, runway 25, match 3 Yankee. Runway 25. Match 3 Yankee, and we just execute to put it in. Now we go back to index, we go to runway ILS 18 right, and we are the REDFA 1 Alpha arrive. REDFA 1 Alpha, and execute. And now we should have the entire flight in here. And there's a disconnect there. And we're going to see what we're going to do about that. We're probably just going to enter 1 or 2 more waypoints there. But I guess fuel-wise it should not make too much of a difference. For now we're just going to leave it in. Usually this is the point where ATC will just give you vectors for the heading so that you can line up with the localizer. Anyway. So let's set the arrow to hectopascal, and we had in London 1014, if I remember correctly. Yes, 1014. It's the wrong button, Arkady. There you go, 1014. Alright. Carry on here, setting everything up. So we got the flight plan, we got the departure and the arrival as well. I'll go back to init-ref. Zero fuel weight, always click this little button here. Land fuel, yes, that's actually not showing us in kilograms. Oh, stand by 1 second, maybe we can PMDG setup, options, simulation. I'm not really sure where they put it. I believe you can change that. That should not be performance, I don't know. Metric or compare all your units. Oh, we choose kilograms, there you go. That looks a lot better, 4.4. Let's double check real quick now. That's perfect. All right. So put in 4.4 for the planned fuel. It's our block fuel. Reserves, cost index, and altitude and cruise wind. Cost index 35. We'll be cruising 290, 217,037, and the final reserves 1.8. So 1.8 for the reserves, 35 the cost index. We'll be cruising at flight level 290. And the cruise wind was 217.037-ish. There we go, okay. Now we put in the cruise wind as well, and execute. So we're about ready, I guess, for the N1 limit. This has been being weird a little bit lately, so that's, you know, probably me. So runway 25, runway condition dry. Yeah, I guess this is considered dry. It's the import weather and calculate. So flap 1 takeoff, you got the takeoff 1, the rating. It should give us 87.4 on the N1 thrust, 131, 132, 135, and we select a outside temperature of 48 degrees. So takeoff 1, 48 degrees outside. Gives us here 88.1, and that is not quite 87.4. I'm not really sure what's going on there. We got takeoff speeds 131, 132, 135. And they appear to be matching up, actually. Anyway, so we should have everything in there now. Let's start up the APU. Also gonna open these fuel pumps there. Okay, so the exhaust gas temperature is stabilizing for the APU. That's our APU. so I guess we are about good to go. Let's wait. First the APU is running, so turn on the APU bleed. And hopefully this is enough for us to start our engines. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but it's just not working. Okay. Ground operations. Before we disconnect the ground power, let's switch over to the APU generator, so that we are now officially running on internal power. So we disconnect the ground power there. And remove chocks. Runway 25, that is on that end over there. So to get there, let's see, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3. So we push back let's see. Not sure if we can get there from the north side, probably. Let's do facing south, so the nose goes to the left. And then we just follow Bravo and then Alpha, and like that. Okay, so push back nose to the left. Alright, let's request it.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for push and start, tail to the right. Copy that, ready for push, tail right. Release brake brake, please. Brakes released. Brakes released, here we go.
Alright, we'll start the engines. Engine number 2. And it's working this time. Fuel. Engine number 1. Let's introduce the fuel. is no other aircraft here because I really like this airport because it's so it's like a sort of a C-shaped apron setup, if you will, and or U-shaped or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of small and quaint. I always like it. And God fucking knows I need some things that I fucking like at this point in my life. So there's some fucked up shit happening, man. Alright. Engines are running. Let's switch to the master generators and turn off the APU. You bleed, I can turn that off as well. I think the packs on auto is okay. Turn on the taxi lights and the runway turn off lights. And I need to do the flap 1. And the speed brakes go to eject the takeoff. We forgot to look at the panel here, so we're going to do that real quick now. Flight director goes on. Our V2 speed 135 goes in here. And we're going with vertical navigation, our cruising altitude 290. Verify takeoff speeds 131, 132, 135.
Set.
Oh, I was actually thinking I was going to release my parking brakes.
Alright, steering pin is disconnected. Watch for the slip release from guidance on your left. Have a good flight.
Alright, that's us. We as a bird. Unfortunately. See, it's a really tiny airport. I can imagine it's standing there full of planes. We are on Bravo, and this is going to Alpha. There you go. Alright, so we're standing at the holding point now. Let's put the engine on idle for a little bit. I guess we can just take off from this position, right? Alright. So is it really clear there? It's a bit hard to see. Let's release the parking brakes. Okay, so let's turn on the auto thrust there. If we got everything good to go, let's turn on traffic and zoom in a little bit. And I believe we're good for takeoff. Maybe check the little takeoff flaps, green light, stabilizer trim units. Let's check the trim setting. 23.2, so 5.5, 5.6. Yeah, somewhere around there, so it should be good. Parking brake release. Alright, so let's get the engine stable at 50%. And now we go for the takeoff thrust. Then stick forward a little bit.
Airspeed's alive. Knots. Rotate.
Rotate. There's quite some wind.
Recline. Bank angle.
Gear up. Alright, let's have the autopilot fly the departure now. So there's some really shitty weather there we're leaving behind. Fuck all that shitty weather, man. From now on I want nothing but love. Right, flaps can go up too. And turn off the runway turn off lights and the taxi lights and the crew is, oh that's the wrong one. Crew can be released as well, and I believe that's it. lakes. So there you see people. When you're with your feet on the ground, sometimes the position that you're in, you think light is really far away, but sometimes you just go up a little bit and there is light nearby. So it's all a matter of perspective. Right, so it's not going to be a very long flight, just basically opening the canal. It's about a 1 hour flight, I think, all in all together. So basically, usually when flying out of London, they keep you like at around 4,000 or 5,000 feet for quite a while, and it's basically what the autopilot is doing right now. If you go to your leg page, you can see that, like for at least like 20 or more nautical miles, it will just keep you flying like at 5,000 feet or so, and then all of a sudden you can start climbing. I think it's now climbing to 5,000 feet, probably then. And then for the arrival in Amsterdam, let's have a look at the landing page here on the navigational display. So basically they should vector us from, I believe it's called Schiphol. Usually should get vectors. We could, I guess, vector ourselves. We could also maybe just put in some waypoints that are to be found there in the area. To do this, that was a bit of a needless action there. Go to the arrival charts, Amsterdam. It has not updated yet. So we have the REDFA 1 Alpha. And if we look at the approach chart for 18 right, then I think we'll see some extra waypoints that we could add ourselves. So we go for the category 2, 3 ILS runway 18 right, so put the pin into that one. Let's open it. And also make it bigger there. Alright. So we got the ILS frequency 110.1 and the course 182. What we're interested in right now is a couple of waypoints, and we will be coming from Schiphol, and we should then go from Schiphol to Alpha Mike 241, Alpha Mike 242. So I think these two we're just going to have to insert, and perhaps Pebbles, not sure if that is in. And then we'll have a nice connecting little route to line us up, and nobody will have to vector us. So after Schiphol, let's check the numbers again. Alpha Mike 241, 242. So Alpha Mike 241. Execute. people. And execute. Now if we go to the next page, we just need to get rid of this discontinuity. We just copy Alpha Mike 621, paste it on there, and then it will be gone. Alright. So now, if you look at, you see what we did. Zoom out maybe one. So we are coming from Schiphol around here, and then we go straight to AM 241, AM 242, and then on to Palos. See this a little more clearly, like this, I guess. How far do I have to zoom out now? Alright, there you go. Well, you got the idea. Okay. So we go back to map. So you see we're still at 5,000 feet, so that's what I'm talking about. Been flying for a couple of minutes now. Forgot to turn on the clock actually. I guess now we get clearance to go. Alright. So yeah, that's going to be our arrival basically, what I showed you there earlier. We are passing transition altitude, so let's go to standard. Now we do need to put in 110.1 for the ILS frequency. Should be that here, and then the course will be 182. So let's see, 182, the course put in there as well. We have 110.10, and let's have another look. 110.10. You can also find it here at the top of the chart. Final approach course 182. Flight slope will start at 2,000 feet. There's a missed approach procedure. I'm not too interested in that right now. Alright, so passing 10,000 feet, so let's turn off the landing lights and release the passengers so that they can go pee. Let's also lock the gear. And let's check the weather in Amsterdam. .09 or not, not too much. 3 degrees, QNH 1020, no significant change. Right. Why is this poor sucker still loading? Well, really nothing we can do about it, cannot disconnect it or anything. Alright, here we got my ass. Right, so let's see if there's anything else now. Yeah, let's have an eye on the pressure system. Because sometimes it will just seemingly for no reason start complaining and giving this noise, and you can just use the horn cutout button right there and it will stop, so that's fine, but a little bit of an annoyance. So you can see the top of climb and the top of descent, they are really close together. So basically you're not actually cruising from London to Amsterdam. Not when you're flying a 737. This morning it was painful. I was awoken. I opened my eyes and saw my heart was broken. Oh, here we go. We do not have a lot of time to set the MCP altitude. But what we probably will do is we set it for 2,000 feet, and it's just going to follow the entire loop down, following the advised constrictions here. Not actually advised, they're constrictions. The altitude constrictions, or constraints, I should say. So we got the local QNH, that's 1020. I believe we can pre-dial that. You see it appear there in the white in the lower right corner of the primary flight display. So we set 1020, but it's preset. So that when we switch over from standard to local pressure, then we got the correct one. But we need to check it before we touch down. But currently we're looking at 1020. The performance for landing, I like flat 40. Let's go with that. That's 1 to 9. Approach speed +5 for wind correction. So we're going for 134 for the touchdown speed with full flaps setting. Auto brake can probably go on 1. Let's leave that off for just a little bit. We are not yet descending. We are actually still climbing. But as you can see, top of climb, top of descent. They are like little bit apart from each other. So far the pressurization system seems to be happy. So we're about to reach our climbing altitude, or cruising altitude I should say. I'm not bothering with the radios right now. We're just flying offline and no ATC and nothing. And when you go to Schiphol Airport and you land on the runway 18 right, that's the one that we are assigned to. It is quite a drive back to the airport, to the gate. It is there the furthest runway. Alright, so we're at 1,000 feet from our cruising altitude now. From the set altitude, which is the cruising altitude. And then we're about to get this sucker down again. I don't know about you, I'd much rather be up than be down. And to an extent we have a choice, you know. Some things are circumstantial. there's always light nearby. And it takes, can sometimes take years of practice, man, to see the light. Alright, FMC, let's see what it's complaining about now. We set MCP altitude. Yeah, well, that's okay. We are at cruising now with almost top of descent, so we are going to reset the altitude. This time for 2,000 feet. I'm doing this right now before the top of descent, which we may have missed. No, we were just in time. Look at that. So that enables the vertical navigation system, this button here, that's what you use to arm it. It will then understand that it needs to go down. And basically, I could also have put in the next altitude constraint. If I put in like 2,000 feet right now, which is the glide slope interception point, then the aircraft will still follow the VNAV plan. So if you go to your legs page, it's aiming for flight level 230 or below. And it might actually hold there if it needs to, you know, but it will follow, basically it's going to do a step descent, which is pretty nice, makes your life a little bit easier. I mean, we do not have a co-pilot, you know, we're just sitting here like fucking idiots. So. Cool, we got the nape. Always nice to see what livery is that. Edelweiss, Wizz Air. Alright. So yeah, we're descending. Let's check the descent. Oh, short checklist here, pressurization. And landing altitude. Check the recall, auto brake should be set, landing data, VRF and minimums. Yeah, let's have a look at the minimums and approach briefing. Okay. Yeah, so for the minimums, we refer to the charts again. And you go to the bottom. Let's go full screen. And we will be doing Category 2 ILS, Category 3. I believe this should apply to us. Well, you know, if we just go for a radio altitude 100 feet, should be fine. So let's do that. So let's switch it to radio. And then we dial up 100 feet, and you can see it here in the lower right of your primary flight display. And radio altitude 10, so that's set as well. And I think auto brake 1 should be fine, it's a long runway. Landing elevation might be okay if we leave it at 0. 0, it's minus 130, or minus 13. I believe I can go minus 10, at minus 15, and then we'll leave it at 0. Okay, so that's fine. Let's check. We are flight level 217, alright. So basically after Sugal Sugal is not really on this chart, but you're coming from Sugal, and then we'll fly to AM241, AM242 Vivos, and then we intercept the glide slope at AM621. We got it all set, we have the frequency and we have the runway approach course of 182, all dialed in. So I guess it's almost time to strap in the passengers. Let's strap these motherfuckers in, man. I'm sorry for my language, man. I haven't been feeling too great this morning. Alright, so the passengers are strapped in. We are on our way to Sulut, which is 139er. We are a little bit high still. Let's check the descent page. Our vertical deviation from the descent path is only 35 feet high, so that's perfectly fine. You can also see it right there, the magenta triangle. Let's get the latest weather from Amsterdam. at 9 knots. We'll be landing at 180. We'll have wind from the left a little bit. QNH 1020. We got that. And the transition altitude, I believe, is 3,000 feet. Is it on this? I'm not seeing it. Guess we just check the approach chart or the arrival chart at Formula Alpha, for instance, which is actually our arrival. Come on, you got this loaded up, man. Okay. How are you doing? Finally. I don't know. Let's keep it at 3,000 or 4,000 feet or something. Okay. Crossing 150. And there you see the entire approach and everything is coming into view. See if we can zoom in a little bit. So we're 3 nautical miles from Sulut. And we're perfectly okay there. Let's check the altitudes at the waypoints that we put in. It's taking us to around 4,000, 3,200, Pavos 2,000. I guess it's all fine. And the aircraft is not complaining yet. Right, so we are now on our way to Sugal. It's 20 nautical miles. No pressurization set for the landing altitude. Let's check the recall. Alright, it's all happy. the auto brakes, we set them to 1. Landing data, VRF and the minimums, we have covered that as well. We have 100 feet radio altitude for the minimums, and we have the VRF speed and the flap settings here in the approach ref. We are landing flaps 40 and 129 knots, but we have a wind correction of 5 knots, so that's 134 knots as our minimum approach speed with full flaps. Approach briefing completed. I guess so. And after that we can approach, so you set the altimeters, landing, engine start switch should be a continuous, speed brake should be armed, landing it down, okay. But let's not jump ahead. But so we're approaching 10,000 feet. We already put the passengers in their seats. They're on the landing lights. We could maybe also turn on the APU. This weather report is from 8:55 Zulu. What's current time? Is 9:20. Maybe a couple of minutes, and it will update. Okay, so now it looks like we are above the descent path. It says drag required. Let's just do that. You can see the vertical deviation dropping immediately by extending the speed brakes. There's our little speed brakes right here. Yeah, this looks nice. Hopefully we can touch down safely. In any case, we will always touch down, we will always land, we will always get back to the ground now. No matter on how much, how many pieces we do it. There's civilization again. You can see the coastline of the Netherlands. Know what's happening here? Are we still on target? Looks like it is, like we are. Moving a little bit more. wait a little bit with arming the speed brake, even though we are actually on energy. But yeah, I guess it's safe to hold on for a little bit. And let's have one more look here at the meter. See if we can refresh it like this. 855, so that's still the same. So it's not too bad. Right, let's get into action then. Netherlands. Doesn't it have any speed constraints here maybe? 240. Let's see if this works real quick. Yeah, looks like it works. So we're already slowing down to 210 knots. Basically just by requesting it or demanding it in the computer here. It says drag required. Let's use the speed brakes for that. Let's go to local QNH 020. So basically we're decelerating a little bit early, but you know, yeah, bigger than my ass. Let's arm the localizer. Oh, look, we are captured by the localizer already. We are 9.2 nautical miles out. Go flap 1. Runway turn off lights, the taxi lights, turn those on as well. Let's arm the approach. And let's see if we can reduce the speed ourselves. Let's go 160. That's a runway in sight. Give me 5.5. Arm the speed brake. Let's bring out the gear. fully configured yet. Let's go to 134 and flaps full. And we just leave it on autopilot for a little bit. So we're approaching our VRF speed, 134. And we have full flaps and our gear is down. We have the local QNH. Well, let's disengage the autopilot. Oh, which is the button. Alright. So let's keep it on a 3-degree slope.
Approaching minimums.
We have a good view.
Minimums. $50, $30, $20, $10.
That's main gear touchdown and nose gear touchdown. Reverses. We're missing this intersection. Welcome to Amsterdam, everybody. And turn off the landing lights. Turn off the flight direct. The airport is like over there, you know. Sometimes you think that love might inspire a person to bring out the best, to seek out the best in themselves. Some people, they cannot be inspired. They need negative things, negativity that inspire them. And one of going to go. Little dip in the road. Oh, we got out of that one. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, when you land on the runway 18 right, the one that we just landed on, it is really quite a drive to get back to the gates. I really like this PMDG Boeing 737-700. They have 800, 900 and 600 available at the moment, I believe. But they're quite high priced. It's a bit of a shame that when you buy this one, you still have to pay like 60 euros if you want like the 800 variant or something. It's Jeep outside, okay. We just crossed the runway here. Let's just mind our speed a little bit before we take the turn. And your speed you can find, your ground speed you can find in the top left corner here of your primary flight display. An aircraft like this, I believe around 15 knots is fine for these types of turns. Usually you're not allowed to taxi at a higher rate speed than like 30 knots or something. There is life. And there's an aircraft taking off there as well. Oh, that's cool. So we got Corendon taxiing here. We got some planes there as well. Let's have a look at what these are. There's an EasyJet, Air Arabia, a bunch of other EasyJets. Well, we're going to take a ride here. Alright, so we overshot a little bit. Airlines. Okay. So let's go into that apron right there. This is Schiphol, Amsterdam airport. Weather-wise, it's a beautiful morning. maybe here to the left, next to the other EasyJet. Turn off the taxi lights so we do not line to the ground crew there. I guess a little bit early, yeah, until we'll take it. No wheel stop, parking brake is set. Let's turn off the engines. And turn on the APU bleed and turn on the APU generator. And we'll turn off the seatbelt signs. Let's get the ground power. And let's request passenger bus. Airstairs. Request. Both sides, something like that. Not really sure what this is doing. Oh look, there's actually a PMDG bus. That's new to me, don't remember seeing that. Pretty nice. And there's the stairs. Alright man, that's it for me. Thank you very much for checking. Like the video if you like it, if you don't, simply don't man. Subscribe and all that miserable stuff. In any case, thank you very much for checking. It's always nice. And everybody stay funky and keep on cherishing the people that love you. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.